unlocking the real you. Life begins when you find yourself.
What if I told you that everything you think you know about life could change the moment you truly find yourself? It might sound a bit dramatic, but the truth is, discovering who you really are can completely transform the way you see the world, the way you make decisions, and even the way you feel about yourself. In a world full of noise, expectations, and constant pressure, it's easy to lose sight of who we truly are. Many of us go through life on autopilot, following paths that aren't aligned with our deepest values or desires, because we've either forgotten what we want or never really knew in the first place. But when you start the journey of self-discovery, something incredible happens. You begin to reconnect with the essence of who you truly are, and that's where life begins. This isn't just some philosophical idea. Psychology has a lot to say about how finding yourself impacts your mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. It's a powerful process that can lead to greater confidence, clarity, and purpose. So, whether you're feeling lost, stuck, or simply curious about the person you're becoming, this is for you. Let's explore how psychology can guide you on the path to truly finding yourself and unlocking the life that's waiting for you. Section 1: The Psychology of Self-Discovery. The concept of self-discovery isn't new, but understanding it through the lens of psychology can give us deeper insights into the process. Psychologists have long explored the idea of selfhood, the unique, core aspects of who we are, and how this plays a vital role in our growth, behavior, and mental health. One of the most influential figures in this area is Carl Jung, who believed that self-discovery is part of a process called individuation. Jung argued that we are all born with a true self, but life experiences, social pressures, and our unconscious mind often lead us to suppress parts of ourselves. Individuation, for Jung, was the process of integrating these hidden or repressed parts of our personality into a unified whole, ultimately leading to self-realization. This isn't just about becoming more ourselves, it's about embracing every part of our personality, even the darker, unconscious sides, and finding balance. Similarly, Sigmund Freud viewed self-discovery as the revelation of unconscious desires and fears. Freud's theories, though often controversial, pointed to the importance of understanding how the unconscious mind shapes our identity. According to Freud, much of our behavior, especially unhealthy patterns, stems from unresolved issues hidden deep in the unconscious. Uncovering these issues through psychoanalysis could lead to better self-understanding and ultimately more control over one's life. Erik Erikson, another notable psychologist, proposed the idea of identity development through a series of stages across the lifespan. In his psychosocial development theory, Erikson explained how individuals develop a sense of self during adolescence, but also how our identity continues to evolve throughout life as we confront new challenges. He emphasized that identity formation is an ongoing process that involves reconciling various social and personal influences. According to Erikson, the quest to find yourself is not a single moment, but rather an ongoing process that is shaped by experiences and decisions. Another important concept in psychology is self-actualization, a term made famous by psychologist Abraham Maslow. Maslow's hierarchy of needs suggests that self-actualization is the pinnacle of human development. At its core, self-actualization is the realization of one's full potential. It's not just about discovering who you are, but about becoming the best version of yourself. In order to reach this stage, Maslow argued that you must first satisfy lower-level needs like safety, love, and self-esteem. Once those foundational needs are met, you can begin to unlock your deeper sense of purpose, creativity, and fulfillment. In essence, Psychology shows us that self-discovery isn't just about finding who we are in the moment. It's about uncovering the layers of our identity, understanding the influences that have shaped us, and moving toward becoming the most authentic version of ourselves. Section 2. The struggle of self-doubt and fear. Self-doubt is an enemy that everyone encounters on the road to self-discovery. You might feel uncertain, like you're not good enough, or like you're failing to live up to your potential. But the reality is, those feelings of doubt often stem from deeper psychological factors, and understanding these can help you overcome them. At the heart of many of our doubts is the inner critic. This is that voice in your head that constantly tells you that you're not enough, that you're not worthy, or that you'll never succeed. It might say, "You're not smart enough to do this," or "Who do you think you are, trying to be someone different?" While it may feel like an objective voice, the inner critic is rooted in psychological mechanisms that have developed over time. Early childhood experiences, past trauma, societal pressures, and unresolved emotions often give rise to these negative thoughts. The more we listen to these voices, the more they reinforce our doubts and fears. Psychologically, self-doubt also stems from cognitive distortions, patterns of thinking that mislead us or create false beliefs about ourselves. Common distortions like all-or-nothing thinking, overgeneralization, and catastrophizing can make us feel like we're always falling short. For example, if you don't achieve a goal, you might think, "I can never do anything right," instead of acknowledging that this is just one setback, not a failure of your entire existence. These thoughts can paralyze you from moving forward. Another factor contributing to self-doubt is rooted in childhood experiences. Research in developmental psychology shows that our early relationships, especially with caregivers, have a profound impact on how we view ourselves. If you grew up in an environment where love was conditional, or if you faced criticism instead of support, you might have internalized feelings of inadequacy. These early experiences can create deep-seated insecurities that resurface later in life when you're trying to move forward. The fear of judgment and failure is another huge barrier to self-discovery. The fear of judgment often manifests as the worry that others will not accept the real you. You might feel the need to hide your true self to avoid rejection, criticism, or isolation. This fear can lead to people-pleasing behaviors or the tendency to conform to external expectations. Similarly, the fear of failure is often tied to the perfectionist mindset, where any failure feels like a personal defeat rather than a learning opportunity. But here's the good news: overcoming self-doubt is entirely possible. It begins with self-compassion, which is the practice of being kind and understanding to yourself, especially during difficult moments. Rather than beating yourself up for mistakes or imperfections, self-compassion encourages you to treat yourself with the same care and patience that you would offer to a friend. By practicing self-compassion, you begin to quiet the inner critic and accept yourself as you are, flaws and all. Ultimately, understanding the psychological roots of self-doubt and fear can help you begin to challenge these limiting beliefs. The more you acknowledge these fears, the less power they have over you. Overcoming self-doubt is a key step in the journey toward truly finding yourself. Section 3. The role of relationships in self-discovery. It's easy to think that self-discovery is a solitary journey, but in reality, our relationships play a massive role in shaping who we are. Social identity theory suggests that our sense of self is deeply intertwined with the groups and people we surround ourselves with. We often define who we are in relation to others, whether it's our family, friends, or co-workers. These relationships serve as mirrors that reflect back to us who we are and, more importantly, who we could be. The attachment theory developed by John Bowlby sheds light on how our early relationships with caregivers shape our emotional well-being and sense of self. According to this theory, the bonds we form as children influence our attachment style as adults. For example, individuals with secure attachment styles are more likely to have healthy relationships and a positive sense of self. On the other hand, those with insecure attachment styles might struggle with self-worth, fear of abandonment, or difficulties in trusting others. These early patterns can follow us into adulthood and influence the way we relate to others and ourselves. Our romantic relationships, friendships, and family dynamics also shape our sense of identity. Positive relationships can provide emotional support, encouragement, and validation, which are crucial for personal growth. On the other hand, toxic or unbalanced relationships can create doubt, confusion, or conflict within ourselves. Sometimes, these relationships force us to either repress parts of our identity to fit in or reveal new aspects of ourselves that we hadn't fully acknowledged before. Authentic connections, those that allow us to be ourselves without judgment, are particularly important in the self-discovery process. It's through these relationships that we can feel truly seen and accepted. Authentic connections help us explore different aspects of our identity in a safe environment, free from fear of rejection. When we are with people who support and respect us, we can begin to experiment with new ideas, thoughts, and behaviors that reflect our true selves. In many ways, our relationships act as a mirror, reflecting back to us the qualities, strengths, and weaknesses we may not recognize in ourselves. For example, when you're in a supportive and encouraging relationship, you might discover strengths or talents that you never realized you had. Alternatively, when you're faced with a relationship that challenges or even oppresses you, you may be forced to confront parts of your personality you've been avoiding, allowing you to grow and evolve in the process. Ultimately, relationships help us grow by offering feedback, support, and validation, all of which are vital to discovering who we truly are. They give us the space to explore our identity while helping us understand and refine it. Section 4. Self-discovery and personal empowerment. One of the most powerful outcomes of finding yourself is personal empowerment. When you have a clear sense of who you are, what you value, and what your goals are, you begin to step into your own power. You stop being tossed around by external circumstances or the opinions of others. Instead, you take control of your own destiny, guided by a deeper understanding of your authentic self. Empowerment through awareness is the first step. When you truly know who you are, you're no longer living in reaction to the world around you. You're making conscious choices based on your own values, strengths, and desires. You stop letting fear or outside pressures dictate your actions. For example, if you understand your core values, whether it's creativity, compassion, or integrity, you can make decisions in alignment with those values, even if they go against the grain of societal expectations. This is incredibly empowering because it means you are living your life on your own terms. Being authentic is another cornerstone of empowerment. Society often pushes us to conform to certain standards or expectations. We are taught to chase success, popularity, or approval. But when you embrace your true self, free from the need for validation, you tap into a wellspring of personal power. Authenticity means that you no longer wear masks or put on a facade to please others. It means embracing your uniqueness, flaws, strengths, quirks, and all. This leads to a deep sense of freedom and confidence. Self-discovery also fosters confidence and self-esteem. When you know who you are and accept yourself, flaws and all, your self-esteem naturally improves. You stop doubting your worth and begin to trust in your abilities. This doesn't mean you become arrogant or unapproachable, but it does mean that you develop an unshakable belief in your value. You stop relying on external validation for your worth. Your confidence comes from within, from the knowledge that you are enough, just as you are. Another important component of empowerment is resilience. The more you understand yourself, the better equipped you are to handle life's challenges. When you know your strengths and weaknesses, you can navigate difficult situations with a greater sense of purpose and calm. Self-discovery also helps you develop emotional intelligence, allowing you to respond to challenges in a more measured, thoughtful way. Resilience comes from within when you know that you have the power to overcome obstacles, grow from setbacks, and keep moving forward. Finally, self-efficacy plays a significant role in empowerment. This refers to your belief in your ability to achieve your goals. When you have a solid understanding of your true self, you can set goals that are meaningful to you, not just those that society or others think you should pursue. As you begin achieving these goals, your self-efficacy grows, reinforcing the belief that you can shape your life according to your own vision. This sense of agency is incredibly empowering because it helps you realize that you are not a passive participant in life, you are an active creator of your own reality. In short, self-discovery is the gateway to personal empowerment. When you find yourself, you unlock your true potential and gain the power to live a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and entirely your own. Section 5. Practical strategies for self-discovery. Now that we understand the importance of self-discovery and its role in our psychological well-being, let's explore some practical strategies to help you find yourself. This process is different for everyone, and it requires introspection, patience, and consistency. Here are some steps that can guide you along the way. First, self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools for self-discovery. The act of regularly taking time to pause, reflect, and evaluate your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors allows you to better understand your core self. Journaling is a great way to begin this process. Writing down your thoughts and emotions helps you see patterns in your thinking and behavior that you may not have noticed before. It can also provide a safe space to explore your fears, desires, and beliefs. Reflect on questions like, what do I truly value? What makes me feel alive? When am I happiest? Over time, these reflections will reveal deeper truths about who you are and what you want in life. Another helpful strategy is to explore personality assessments. Tools like the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, the Enneagram, or StrengthsFinder can give you valuable insights into your natural preferences, strengths, and areas of growth. These assessments provide a framework for understanding your behavioral tendencies and psychological needs, giving you a clearer picture of your personality. While these tools shouldn't be taken as the final word on who you are, they can be useful starting points for self-exploration and can help validate your own experiences. They provide a lens through which you can better understand your reactions, motivations, and desires. Setting meaningful goals is another way to engage in self-discovery. Often, we get stuck in life because we aren't clear on what we want or where we're heading. When you take the time to define your goals, you not only give yourself direction but also begin to uncover what truly matters to you. Goals that align with your authentic self, those that reflect your passions, values, and strengths, help you move closer to living in alignment with who you are. Start by setting small, achievable goals and gradually build up to larger, more ambitious ones. As you achieve them, you'll learn more about your capabilities, desires, and limits. Another strategy is seeking professional support, whether through therapy or coaching. Sometimes, having an outside perspective can accelerate your journey of self-discovery. A therapist or coach can help you untangle your thoughts, identify limiting beliefs, and work through emotional barriers that might be hindering your progress. They can also provide guidance and tools to help you connect with your authentic self more deeply. Therapy, especially, can be a safe space to explore your inner world, especially if you've struggled with unresolved trauma or negative thought patterns. Lastly, trying new things is an effective way to uncover different aspects of yourself. Self-discovery isn't just about introspection, it's also about stepping outside your comfort zone and exploring new environments, activities, and relationships. The more experiences you have, the more you learn about what excites, energizes, and fulfills you. You might discover hidden talents, passions, or values that you hadn't realized before. Take up a new hobby, travel to a new place, or push yourself to engage in new social settings. These experiences allow you to test your boundaries and reveal the parts of yourself that were previously unexplored. Remember, self-discovery is a journey, not a destination. The strategies outlined here are simply tools to guide you along the way. The more you practice them, the more clarity you will gain about who you truly are and what you truly want. Section 6. Integrating your true self into everyday life. Once you've begun the process of self-discovery, the next step is to integrate your true self into your everyday life. This is where the real work happens, when you start living authentically and aligning your actions with your values, goals, and true identity. One of the most significant changes that comes with self-discovery is the ability to live authentically. Living authentically means you stop pretending to be someone you're not. It means you embrace all aspects of who you are, your quirks, your strengths, your weaknesses, without shame. When you stop trying to conform to other people's expectations, you begin to feel more at ease with yourself. Authenticity can be liberating because it allows you to let go of the burden of pretending or performing. It gives you the freedom to show up as your true self, without fear of judgment. Setting boundaries is another essential part of integrating your true self. As you become more aware of who you are, you'll likely find that some relationships or situations no longer serve you. Learning to say no or distance yourself from people who drain you is an act of self-respect. Healthy boundaries allow you to protect your energy, prioritize your needs, and focus on what truly matters. When you respect your own boundaries, you teach others to respect them too. As you begin to live authentically, it's also crucial to maintain personal integrity. Personal integrity means aligning your actions with your values, even when it's difficult. It's about being true to yourself in all situations, not just when it's convenient. For example, if honesty is a core value for you, you should strive to be honest in your relationships, even when it feels uncomfortable. When you live with integrity, you can look at yourself in the mirror without regret, knowing that your actions reflect who you truly are. In addition to boundaries and integrity, making authentic decisions is essential. Often, we make decisions based on what others think or what society expects of us. But when you know who you are, you can begin to make decisions that align with your true self. This might mean choosing a career that feels fulfilling instead of one that is prestigious or financially lucrative. It could mean ending a toxic relationship in order to prioritize your well-being. By making choices that honor your authentic self, you step into a life that feels more aligned, purposeful, and true to who you really are. Finally, creating a life you love is the culmination of self-discovery. When you live authentically and make decisions in line with your true self, you begin to build a life that reflects your values and desires. A life that is meaningful and fulfilling. This process isn't about perfection or following a specific blueprint. It's about taking steps each day to align your actions with who you truly are, and to create a life that feels authentic, joyful, and yours. By integrating your true self into your everyday life, you move from merely existing to truly living. It's a powerful way to step into your fullest potential and experience life with clarity, purpose, and authenticity. Conclusion: the ongoing journey of self-discovery. Self-discovery isn't a one-time event, it's a lifelong journey, an ongoing process of growth, learning, and evolution. As you continue to peel back the layers of who you are, you'll find that your true self may evolve over time, shaped by new experiences, challenges, and insights. The journey isn't about reaching a final destination, but about embracing the path of becoming, constantly reconnecting with the person you are at your core. Along the way, there will be moments of doubt and uncertainty. You'll face challenges that push you to question your identity and your choices. But each of these moments is an opportunity for deeper understanding and transformation. The more you embrace the journey, the more empowered and resilient you become. You begin to trust that no matter what life throws your way, you have the inner strength and clarity to navigate it with confidence. The most important thing to remember is that self-discovery is a process that requires patience, compassion, and openness. It's not about achieving perfection or fitting into a mold. It's about honoring who you are, embracing your imperfections, and allowing yourself to grow in ways that are authentic and true. As you move forward, be kind to yourself. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and give yourself grace when things feel uncertain. Each step on this journey brings you closer to living a life that is aligned with your true essence, a life that is more meaningful, fulfilling, and uniquely yours. So, take the first step today. Reflect, explore, and embrace who you truly are. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. Life begins when you find yourself, and that moment is right now. Let the journey of self-discovery be the most rewarding adventure of your life.